can I have my own custom graphic design? This is something that I often hear when people get on Substack. So the cool thing really is that you can make your Substack look like you. You can change everything, colors, fonts, you can add a word mark, you can add a logo. So this is not my publication. This is it's just like an idea I had, Get Paid to Be You. This is just one publication I used to show how you can set up a publication, everything. Maybe at some point, it's also going to be something that I'll share publicly. To show you this, I get here on dashboard and then I clicked on settings. Okay, so here this is the settings page. And on the settings page, you're gonna see website. So Substack is changing this all the time. So maybe if you're watching this video, you're also gonna like search for this. But the cool thing really is if you're going here in the search and then you would, for instance, go with website or you would go with logo or branding, you would definitely find this one here. Okay, so we would now want to tweak like the fonts, the background color and the layout to match our vibe, whether we are going for like green and professional or bold and playful. If you want to take it up a notch, you can also upload your own logo as I shared. It will show up on your publication page and a cover photo as well that appears on your welcome page as well. Both can be added right inside the settings under website and then publication logo, cover photos, and so on. So let's check out these here. So publication logo, this is easily added. You can see this here square image at least 256 times 256. I added this seahorse here, Get Paid to Be You is here written, and I just uploaded this. I created this via Canva, this design tool, which I love. I have many videos on Canva and its Magic Studio, which you can use then. Then, of course, you have the publication short description where you're telling a bit more about the publication. And then you can also add a publication word mark, meaning you not have only the seahorse, you would also add some text there. Okay, so it would be Get Paid to Be You, and then there is the seahorse. And now, to be a bit more advanced and to customize it more, you could click on custom theme, or you could go to website theme editor, which I would recommend. This is really like fun to do because it's minimalist, okay? Here are the theme settings. So here we are with branding. We can pick a logo. We can pick a publication word mark. Then with the colors, we can say, okay, we want to change the web background color. We can go with this one. We could go with this one, blue, green, whatever we want. Then we can also say, hey, we would want to have an accent color. You could also say, for instance, if you're thinking about the welcome page where people then sign up for your Substack newsletter, you can say, I would want to use the same color for the welcome page. We have the accent color here. So for instance, if we make it, in this color here, maybe red would be a great one here as an accent color. You could also go with blue or so, whatever fits. And you would say, okay, this is perfect for me. Let's go with this one because I think it's a color that I would click on. Then we have the typography, meaning that I would click on typography and then I would see the heading font, for instance. Then I can decide which heading fonts I would want to use, okay? There is fancy serif, there is sans, there is heavy sans, mono, and slab. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can decide whatever you want, pick one. Let's go with this, okay? Then we have the body font here, fancy serif, classic serif, sans, mono, and slab. Again, you can pick one and then say, okay, this is fine for me, but let's now go with something else. For instance, mono, how it's changing, and then also the body fonts, how is the body fonts changing here, okay? You can see this wonderfully here in this preview. Then we have also the link style. You could say if you want to make it like a colored link. So when we had a link here, this would be colored, or this would be an underlined link. Let's say we go with the colored link here. Then of course you would click on save. Then you could save this. And now you could check how would the welcome page look like, the page where people come to and then sign up for my newsletter. How does my post look like if I would go with this design, and then how does my website look like if I would go with this design? And for this, now we want to go back. And if you're talking about the homepage now, what you can do, you can see I have already like picked a style, but besides the media feature, you could also say I want to go with feature. then you would have this one here, like a picture, and then on the right-hand side, the text. You could go with newspaper, meaning it would highlight one piece. And then on the left side, you would see the other latest stories, and on the right side, the most popular. You would have magazine style. Then you would see stories on the left, stories on the right. And we have media feature. This is the one that I picked. So we would feature one specific story. This could be, for instance, a story of why you started your Substack newsletter, what your Substack newsletter is all about. That's why the media feature is awesome. And you can also go with highlight with some pick. So you would have on the left side this highlight, and then on the right side, you would have the next and upcoming stories. Again, it always depends on how many stories you have on your page. When we click on the body, you can see here post layout, okay? So you could go, for instance, here with list design. You could go with grid. There's just this one story here, and you could also go with group sections or tags. But for this, we would have to have tagged something. I think list and grid shows you what you can do here, okay? Then you can also go with advanced layout, meaning that you can get started by adding a content block. So you could click on add block. And then again, you could decide what would you want to do here. For instance, you could add a call to action button. You can choose a tag or section to highlight. So in the back end, you can tag your stories, and then you can say, hey, I want to highlight this specific tag. For instance, you're interested in gardening. Then you're going to show people gardening and you feature gardening. You can go with the grid view, grid of posts with custom sidebar options. You would have the list of posts with custom sidebar option. So just experiment with this a bit and see what is good for you and what not. Then since I have already these sections, so this is something that you can set up in the back end, you can go on settings and then go into sections and then say, hey, I'm interested in parenting, self-promotion, and I'm interested in mindset. I also want to give webinars. And so you can go in the backend and settings, check them out, write them down and say, hey, these will be the sections. And then whenever you publish something, for instance, this one, how to escape the ordinary, you could then say, okay, this one belongs to self-promotion. And then the next one, for instance, what makes seahorses so unique, this would be then mindset, okay? And this way you can then also organize your sections here, okay? Since there are no so many stories on this, I can't show you everything, but I guess that you now have a better feeling for this. Another thing I wanted to show you is, if this is one of my stories, okay, I would have started to write. The cool thing really about Substack is that it has Unsplash built right into the editor. Many don't know about this. So you can drop in beautiful stock images to bring your posts to life. No extra tools are needed for this. So the cool thing really, I think, is that if you're using these consistent visuals, it's a great way to create a strong and scroll-stopping brand identity your readers will recognize. So let's show you how to do this. Also here, I already did this. Click here on the next line. You would go on images, and then you could, of course, add your own image, but you could also say, I would want to add a gallery. You could also, of course, let AI generate an image, but I would then rather go with add stock photo. And there you could, for instance, search for sassy. And let's say you like this one here, and then say, okay, I would like to insert this one. And this way you inserted already Unsplash. And the cool thing here is you have already the image credits so that everyone knows exactly what this is about and where this is coming from. If you want more branding tips, check out my videos about Canva and Canva's new Magic Studio, which is AI fueled.